grandmother, and she's also a board member of the Peace and Justice Center and the founder of Kunsi Kaya Tamakochi, a women's spiritual center in Huntington, Vermont, where she lives. Everybody, welcome Beverly.
First of all, I want to welcome you all to the land that you're standing on, that is occupied land that was stolen from the Abenaki people here. I think it's important that we always remember that wherever we're at, that we acknowledge that the people that were here were forcibly removed and killed. What's going on right now down in the South is not new. The government has had a long history of separating families, of taking children away. In the Native communities, the children were taken and put in residential schools where they were abused, and a lot of them as adults still bear the scars of that. So as we stand here today, I want us to tell everybody else that we know how important it is that we all show up, that we shut this building down, that we shut this system down here in Vermont. It's like a virus that kind of snuck into our communities. When they built this building, they didn't say what they were building. There's not even signs identifying the building. You can drive by it and not know the horror that is being implemented inside these walls by these people. I think that it's also important that we teach everyone we know the history of this country and how this is just continuing. The borders in the South and in the North were put there by a colonist system. They were not put there by the indigenous people of this continent. America stretches all the way from the North Pole to the very tip of South America. And the people that live there are indigenous people. They are my sisters, they are my brothers, they are my family. That border was implemented and put there by people that were not from our communities. I was coming back from a trip carrying this staff with these feathers, and I was stopped at the border, and I was asked, did those feathers come from the United States or did they come from Canada? And I replied, I don't know. Do you have customs up in the sky somewhere that I don't see? How does a bird that's flying know when it's in one country from the other? How did our people know? There were many of our people who just happened to be on the wrong side of the border as these factions that fought each other created. It's not our border. These people are our families. These are our relatives. And we don't turn them away. Loving each other and taking care of each other and taking care of the land that we live on is our only responsibility. But right now we're being forced into a position where we're having to stand up against the system that is going to oppress all of us. Immigration is just one of the first steps. And it's a real good distraction because we all care about it. But there are other things going on in this country that we're not as familiar with. So it's important that we educate ourselves at the same time as we're reaching out a hand to hold our sisters and brothers and stop these horrible places where children are being incarcerated, where families are being separated, where people are making decisions about who is legal and who is illegal. Those again are colonist words. Thank you.